the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Sabaoth. What a great thing. Any aspect of God's name at all, we approach it with awe. We approach it with reverence, with respect. Because those names, they didn't just come out anyhow. God has always been the Almighty. He has always been the El Elyon. He has always been the Elohim, or he has always been the Lord of hosts. But we didn't know that it didn't come to the realization of man. It came step by step, one after the other, one after the other. The name El Shaddai, which in English is translated as the Almighty, came during the time of Abraham. God had ever been before that time. There was Noah had been there, Moses had been there. Hallelujah. Noah, people like Enoch, they have been before Abraham, but they didn't see the revelation. And God had always been the El Shaddai, the Almighty, ever before their advent here on earth. But you discover the revelation of the name of the Lord. Sometimes, if you study the Bible very well, they always come, or they sometimes come in the time of crisis. You look at the life of Abraham. When we hear about the word Almighty or the name Almighty, it was in Genesis chapter 17. Also in the book of Job. Job also, if you read the book of Job very well, they named the El Shaddai Almighty occurs so many times. And so the theologians, they told us that it's likely that Job and Abraham, they were contemporaries. In other words, they lived in the same age because of the revelation. That revelation was in a season of the encounter of God or man with God. And when you look at that of Abraham, when the word El Shaddai, of the name El Shaddai, came up, it was the time that the man was in serious crisis. Genesis chapter 16, you read the last passage there, you will discover that there was a distance of 13 years between Genesis, the last verse of Genesis chapter 16, and Genesis chapter 17 verse 1. For 13 years, Abraham did not hear anything from God. For 13 years, there was no encounter, no direction. The man was in complete darkness because of what he did and the way he derailed from following the will of God. But because God is merciful, and number two, God is a covenant-keeping God, He will not jettison, He will not cancel what He had planned to do in the life of Abraham. He still reached out to Abraham, even though he was in sin, he was in disobedience, he had gone away from the will of God. God had to reach out to him, and by the time God will reveal Himself to him as the one who will help him, because the crisis in the home was the issue of fruitfulness. So when God appeared to him in Genesis chapter 17 verse 1, He said, I am the Lord Almighty, I'm the El Shaddai. What's the meaning of that? The one who bestows fruitfulness, the strong one, the all-sufficient one. It doesn't matter your need. Why do you have to run after scatter? Why do you have to leave me behind? Why do you have to change your mind? Why do you have to disbelieve my word to you? Why don't you stay with me? But I've come to you to rescue you and bring you back to the originality of my plan for your life. So see me as your word, all sufficiency.